Welcome back to the recap. We just had a lovely Adam on. How do you think it went? Because you know him a lot better.
A little bit better, not so much, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, he actually approached me to come on the podcast. It wasn't.
Wow.
It's not like we do at the moment. Was asking people to come on.
Yeah, where begging people.
Yeah, so he actually wanted to come on himself, which is a nice surprise to have. And he was quite interested in getting his journey across, and his obviously his DJ wheels, alter ego, if you like, to then be put out there. So we just had him on, haven't we? I'm in a different location. I was with him for the actual main podcast, but we're now doing this in the evening.
Yeah, because Adam didn't have a laptop. Is that what he said? He hasn't got a laptop. Yeah. So but like, it was nice actually seeing you and him together because it was like just a different.
Yeah, it always tends to be a different vibe when you're with somebody physically rather than through a screen.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of things a lot of other things he'd done that we didn't have quite the chance to ask him about.
No, he mentioned his coaching business, which we didn't really touch on.
No, we didn't. But we would definitely bring him back on. This is the problem with him and Abby, and they've got so many different jobs. They check him about everything.
Yeah, but he did a coaching bit as well, like boxer and a bit of other power sports that he was doing, and then obviously COVID came in, knocked it on the head, and obviously went into the DJ direction.
Which is, to be fair, is now smashing that. So, it's kind of, you're damn that you're doing it, damn that you don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's kind of not done too much within the DJ for the last 2 years, trying to get stuff together and trying to go through a couple of issues, but he's now starting to go back into that space.
Yeah.
Because I did mention to him afterwards, I've not seen much of you on social media in the last few months or something, and he was like, yeah, well, there's a few things I'm going through, but I'll be back and stronger than ever.
Yeah.
So he did mention actually on the podcast that he's doing something at the end of the year.
Yeah, she is. That would be good to because obviously then we could all be in the same room together, and we do a little pod. And also we could have a little socializing and seeing somebody that we've had on the pod do that thing live, which would be really cool.
Live? Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not the pod live. The live will always be but me and you watching Adam spin the disc. Is that what it is? I don't know.
Oh, you mean like a theatre kind of thing, like we're all on stage and then they have an audience?
Yeah,
Well, we need to get as many listeners and viewers really.
Yeah.
But if you're listening, by the way, hello.
Hello. Thank you for sticking by us.
Yeah, supporting us.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, but it's always quite interesting because we've not had, well, we have had, but we haven't had I'm just trying to think back to the people we've had so far, but we haven't had anyone that's had a kind of like really active music background.
No.
I think I'm right in saying that, aren't I?
I think so, yeah. I think we've had
Yeah.
performers and sports people, but we've not had
And agents.
an agent.
Yeah.
Yeah, Abby. Because
Abby.
Abby's been.
Your
We
mum's
had,
going, who? So,
no, not her.
yeah.
It's just like,
Yes.
between Adam and Abby, there's about 15 jobs.
In between, yeah.
Um,
And Adam's got 2 of them, and Abby's got about 13. So.
Bashing I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, and then he spoke about he spoke quite a bit about his childhood, though, didn't he? He spent about
Yeah.
a big chunk of that, and about wheelchairs, obviously, and about the cross. And I was thinking back to Cillian's pod where he was talking about sports equipment and how much they were. And then when Adam mentioned about his chair being like the first one being £5,000, and then the one he's got is 16, and then the future one will be around 23 grand. I was sort of thinking back to that one.
23 grand or that. I mean, I don't think I've even had a car worth 23 grand.
Yep.
You know
Well,
I mean?
we spoke about this kind of thing, about...
It's just a wild thought. You know what I mean? It's a wild idea.
You better bloody look after it for that much.
Yeah. That's like a necessary thing. Because he uses the wheelchair all the time, right?
All the time, yeah.
Yeah. So he uses that every single time that he goes.
It's a lifeline, basically.
Yeah. And it's like, how are we charging 23 grand for the unnecessary things?
I know.
Oh my God.
But he did mention, a bit about his, he did a course on disability law in between business, and he might not have done, because he spoke to me about it afterwards, definitely. But because after the podcast we were talking about carers, and we were talking about agencies, and we were talking about the cost and everything else. And he was saying that he did a course on disability law, so he knows the ins and outs of caring and how much, or if the council doesn't do this with the council, because that's another big thing. Carer. Yeah, I know, and I know we mentioned it before on your podcast, essentially, because you don't need much help, do you?
No, I do need a lot of help. My costs, they're not as extraordinary as...
It's not 23 grand, putting it that way.
The words are hard. But yeah, they're not, like, for somebody with my disability, I may need a crutch sometimes, and crutches are not that expensive,
No. Yeah, and then because I've got carers, but they're kind of there, aren't they? But for Adam, I mean, if you've seen him, he seems to me as if he's always needing somebody there. So he has a lot of help, and he was saying that the council didn't give him enough, so he had to fight for it. And of course, knowing about disability law, he managed to get necessary funding and necessary help required. and but you put that alongside this DJing because he mentioned about the car that he has at the gigs. They set him up. They go and dance or have a drink or whatever. Then they
Mhm.
come back after the set to unplug and to then go. Oh, not actually to
Yeah.
stay because he supports the, which I think is a very nice thing to do, to actually stay and support the people that the bookers that have booked him,
Yeah.
rather than just turn up for your gig, get paid, and just go. Because that's what I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
most people do.
I think that's because of Adam's disability. I think that's kind of ingrained in him anyway, and especially with his sports background. It doesn't matter if you're part of a team or if you're doing athletics. You're there until the end, basically, aren't you?
Yeah,
You know, um, and that's probably the way that he's thinking about it. If he's got a gig at 10 p.m. and that finishes at 11 or 12, he's thinking, all right, let's stay like an hour or two longer, and support the
yeah,
rest of the people. And, that gave me that one more fun that they have, and it's very much like actors. The actors are always like
mm,
very rarely there's another show, but like if there's a theatre that has two shows go on, the cast will see each other and be like, "Hey, like, how's your show going, bro?" And like very like us against the world sort of thing.
yeah.
You
And I
know?
found it quite amusing when he said about doing a few gigs for free at the start of your career. And it's just,
Yeah.
they said about the acting world being free, and I was thinking, I'm not sure you do any acting for free.
I mean, yeah, I know that some people have done amateur dramatics. Like, I've done amateur dramatics, and not just basically a free show, but you know, a professional actor.
Mm,
Yeah, I mean, I started when I was 16. If there's no money behind it for me, I'm very rarely gonna do it.
yeah,
I'm very rarely no.
yeah. Because I was thinking, well, apart from maybe school productions and when you
Yeah,
make your break at a theatre, you might do
yeah,
that for free or for peanuts or whatever, I don't know.
yeah,
And then they get thrown flowers at the end and they keep them for a
yeah.
few days before the flowers start dying. Um, but I mean, I was thinking, yeah, Chris doesn't do any show for free.
I don't think I've done any. Um, I mean, I've helped out, here and there, but like, if you want a long, good performance, I need somebody. I need
Exactly,
some.
exactly.
But it's like anything though, like
Yeah,
like Adam said, know your worth. I
yes.
know that I'm worth a couple of quid at least, you know, um, like a bag of chips. But
Do do you know your
some
worth, Chris?
yes, a bag of chips. Um, and that's about £2.50, I think. So,
Mm,
yeah.
yeah, fair enough. Um,
Is there any updates in your life?
any what?
No. Any updates?
Any updates? Well, I was looking at Comic Cons this morning, last
Yeah.
night because obviously at the weekend we're filming this on the 3rd of March, by the way, because at the weekend I went to London for the
Yeah.
Comic Con at the Olympia, and yep, another one of my lovely travels, I know. And this time, I spotted that a certain Tracy Beaker star is going to be at a
Oh.
particular comic. I don't know if you've seen this, Chris.
Maybe I haven't.
No.
Which,
Well, it's
which
not you. It's not you.
Tracy
Thankfully, you would have already have heard of it. But no, yeah, who played Justine Nicolwood is
Yes, I know that.
appearing at a Comic Con in, when is it?
Yeah, so I got tagged in that by a fan, I think, and they were like, "Why are you not doing this?" And I'm like, "Because I'm not being asked."
Oh, so you have seen it, right? Okay.
I'm not being asked.
No.
But,
Do you think you'll ever get asked?
I'm open to it. I'm definitely open to it. You know, I just think I need to do a little bit more work then.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But you know when they do the blurb when
yeah,
you're appearing somewhere, and you've got it shows that you're involved in, and you'll probably just say, Tracy Bickle returns,
yeah,
dumping ground,
yeah.
anything else? Kirk Moore, would Kirk Moore be up there?
Maybe if it's like a BBC thing, it would be like Kermore. It would be a prayer for the dying would definitely be out there now. And I don't know about theatre work. Sorry we miss you. That would be up there because that won awards.
That you forgot was BAFTA nominated.
No, I didn't forget that one. I knew that one. I didn't do the shows and whatever the show does. I didn't do.
Yeah, but I mean, I would love to see you at Comic Con. Just, you know, I mean, you probably need to start practicing your autograph.
No, but I mean, you could get that easily, but you know,
yeah.
I don't know whether autographs mean anything now.
Well, certain ones are rare.
Yeah.
Yours probably won't be, but no, but some autographs are quite common because they go to every Comic Con and you can easily just get one. But for me, I don't bother with autograph. I don't bother with autographs as much now because it's, at the end of the day, it's just a scribble on a piece of paper.
Yeah, it is.
That's basically what it is. Sorry to upset some people that like autographs. Autographs are fine, but just not for me. But photographs, I think you actually speak to the actual person, you know, for a few seconds. That's lovely. That's all we need.
Speak to them, get it photo. Move on. That's you know.
Until AI start making up fake ones, then Bob's your uncle.
Yeah. Well, you know, it was funny actually because my partner Sam has a autograph of Danny Harmer. Right?
Of course she does.
And I screenshotted. So I took a photo of it and I was like, "Is that your signature?" And she's like, "No, I've never seen that before in my life." So she has a fake Danny Harmer autograph.
Wow.
Until she met me, and I knew.
I bet she wasn't pleased.
No, she was quite annoyed because it went from the X, and I was like, I can get you the real one. I can get you the real one.
So,
And
I mean, how much was this fake autograph?
I have no idea.
Ah, right. Because that would pretty much damn the whole situation. Because
I don't
I've seen
imagine it
somebody
would
the
work.
weekend put up a post on the convention page,
Yeah,
and they spent quite a lot of money on this particular William Hartnell, Patrick Charlton, John Pertwee autograph thing
yeah,
that they found in London. And the John Pertwee one is, yes, that's authentic, that's the real
yeah,
deal, because we've seen other autographs of the same signature. William Hartnell and Patrick Charlton's one on this particular one is less convincing. So I'm like, oh my
right.
god, just spent 700 quid or something on.
700 quid, boy.
I know, ridiculous.
Oh my.
And the poor bloke, I mean, it's probably going, oh my god, I spent all the money on it, it's not even. But yeah,
Yeah,
it is a bit of a shame when you find out that it's not the real deal.
yeah, somebody else. Well, you see on the TV show Pawn Shop. I don't know if
Yes.
people
Yeah.
watch
I've
Pawn
I've seen the bit where Steve Carell comes in, and he's like, "You Steve Carell? No."
No.
Chum, is that Steve Carell?
I think it is. Who in the hell's Steve Carell? Are you Steve Carell?
No, I get that a lot. I'm not.
Okay. So you are Steve Carell?
No.
That's the one I always see.
Yeah. And they try and authenticate their autograph, and sometimes it's
Yeah, and
not
sometimes in some comic-cons you can get a little certificate saying this is the real deal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But no,
What have you been up to? You mentioned, well, you didn't mention it in the podcast, you mentioned it afterwards when Adam was asking you about what you've recently been up to. And you said you had some auditions, you had some.
Oh, yeah, right. So, yes, I auditioned. I'm not sure I'm allowed to say.
Oh, no, of course you're not. You always say that. Oh, yeah, I can't say, but I did
But
some.
hey, I'm working, while I'm trying to work, I hate auditions. I really hate them. Cause, so, for those that don't know, right, so you either get a face-to-face audition, or you get a video audition, and you get sent it scene.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, it's really awkward because there's no one in my family is an actor.
No.
Right? So they're reading the script as as you would read it. And I'm like, that didn't really help me. I need somebody to have a bit more like swag, so a bit more just somebody that can read the script.
Yes.
Just kind of.
You need somebody with energy to read it. It's like, oh, I'm Jason. Okay, hello. Yeah.
It just it's an awful process to do,
Especially when they say to you, no, you've not made it. You've not made the final five. Or
I mean, chances are, if I've not made it, this comes out in a couple of months, so we will hopefully know what I'm doing. So if I've not made it, won't get told until I would basically, and then or I get told within a couple of weeks, but it just hard.
But
hard
by
work.
email or by phone call?
So I think they would email my agent, and my agent
yes,
would
you've got
call
an
me
agent.
and be like, so I'm every 5 minutes I'm looking at my phone going, has it been a phone call?
I keep forgetting you've got an agent because I just come to you directly. I don't go for you. I didn't actually go for your agent to get you on the first time round or when we first met. I didn't even know you had an agent. I just directed you.
I know, but that's different, though, isn't it? What would have happened if you went to the agent? The agent would have either they called me up and went, by the way, Peter, once you were on the pod, can we sort something or should I tell him that you don't want to do it or whatever? So before you even met me, you would have got an answer to yes or no, so that's generally how it works. They are your gatekeeper.
Yes.
It stops people from harassing you and
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, and Adam was saying that he had an agent as well. Not for the acting, but for DJing or for, And he did mention his book. I forgot to mention the book. I forgot to mention the book in that entire conversation. And he went about the book. And I went, oh, yes, of course. Do say, do.
It's fine because I don't know if it's going to get cut in, but so we don't need a segue to the book. And I was like, oh, Peter, tell me about your book. And then he was like, he looked at you to go on. Tell him about the made-up book that you've not done.
Yeah, because I was looking at him going, oh, yes, that's going to be my next question. And then I forgot about the question. And then we moved on to well, we've got a question from you from our previous guest. I completely forgot about it. But it happens because it's not like every day somebody doesn't remember about being nominated or... I mean, to be fair, it's not as bad as you saying the swear word at the BAFTAs, is it?
I never swore at the BAFTAs.
No, you didn't. But I'm saying it's not as bad as swearing at the BAFTAs and it not being censored out by the BBC.
What are your thoughts on that? I mean, have we talked about this?
We haven't. It was only at the weekend, wasn't it?
Dive into it like 3 months later?
Well, I mean, people need to have more education about Tourette's, first of all.
Yeah.
Shouldn't even be a conversation, but here we are.
Yeah.
And people with Tourette's do have tics, and they do come up with maybe very rude words, and they obviously don't mean it.
No, I don't get the narrative. It was in his vocabulary. It was in the have you seen modern day life? That word is everywhere. It's on GA, it's on songs, it's in books, it's in films, So it's really hard to not hear that word.
No.
You know what I mean?
But okay, maybe in the 70s, 80s, years ago.
Yeah.
may be acceptable. At this day and age, it's obviously not acceptable.
It's not acceptable, but you hear it.
Yes, you do.
hear
Yes,
it a
yes.
lot,
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. But it's just unfortunate that it just came from somebody with Tourette's and not
Yeah.
like a person that said it with actual intent. So,
It should have been a night to celebrate
yes,
track,
it
and
should.
it ended up being a night where Jonathan probably went to hide and then never show his face again.
No, because he left, didn't he? Because
Yeah.
when the tick happened, he went, I'm going to make things worse here. So he did
Yeah.
actually walk out of the ceremony, like halfway
Yeah.
through or something like that.
Yeah.
It was just unfortunate that it was picked up by the audio people, the
Yeah.
microphones, and unfortunate that the BBC aired it. You couldn't really
Yeah,
hear what
there
the
were
word
too
was,
many
but yeah. But-
ifs and
and
buts and
obviously, the host, Alan Cummings, is his name.
yeah.
He did apologise throughout the broadcast.
He
That
did,
should have been the end of it.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, I do agree with the black community being offended by it.
Yes,
I do
of
agree with
course.
that, but I do think there needs to be a conversation about the context.
Yes.
You know,
He didn't mean it offensively.
I mean, the word itself is the most offensive word you could say, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, it just, you know, very unfortunate that, you know, on a night of celebration,
Yes.
that we leave talking about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a bit upsetting.
Yeah. But
I think, you know,
yeah, it is a shame. But the Dark News that me comes and said that Tourette's, you can't help it.
yeah,
You're gonna Tourette's people are always gonna say what they're going to say with the
Yeah.
tics, and people need to realise that they didn't mean it, obviously.
yeah,
And that's it. But I can understand people being offended because would you be offended about you'd probably be offended if I call you cripple or something?
I mean,
Or
I don't know
mean-
because I think because we are disabled.
Yeah.
You know, you call me cripple, you call me a retard. It's that kind of, we're in that, like, we're in the same community.
Yes.
Whereas
Yes.
if
Yeah.
somebody
By
else
example, but yeah.
said it, I may have been like,
Yeah.
ooh,
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate. Let's put it that way. But the guy with Tourette's shouldn't be singled out.
No.
Obviously, yeah, I've already said what I was going to say, so I'm not going to repeat myself. But there does need to be a conversation had and maybe more awareness about Tourette's, and then that's it. But have you seen the film? I swear, people have said it's really good.
I've not seen it yet.
I've not seen it
I
either.
definitely want to check it out, you know, and it's going on Netflix, I think,
I believe so, yeah.
tonight or tomorrow or Friday.
I believe so, yeah.
But very soon, anyway. I mean, it will be no ages, but I don't think it's soon.
Yeah. I
But,
mean, we could even have them on at one point.
You what?
Jim, what's his name? Jim Donaldson, John Donaldson.
John Davidson.
Davidson. That's it.
That's if we're gonna try and get him on that, try and get his name right. You know. But yeah, I mean,
anyway.
I'd be happy to.
Yeah.
Quite
But yeah, I mean, Adam was just a terrific guest. His answer to the question of the pineapple on a pizza was a bit controversial again.
We need to get more people that believe in pineapple on pizza because
You're just gonna put on guests that's gonna say yes, pineapple
yes,
belongs on it.
I am.
Just to balance the ratio out.
Yeah, we've had two people now do the pineapple on pizza and give the wrong answer. But you know.
Yeah. It's a hard life, isn't it? You people that like pineapple on a pizza.
You people, don't say you people. Oh, God. I think we'll end it there, but we'll get even more upset.
If you say so. But yeah, Adam was a terrific guest. I think it does make a difference when you're actually in the same room as some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
So and we've both been invited to his gig later on in the video. So yeah, yippee! Thank you, Adam, for that very early invite.
Thank you, Adam.
So
I will sit next to him and get some photos with him. Let them girls did. But I mean a bit more respect for it.
and then we'll probably get behind his mixing desk and start taking some selfies.
Yeah, I've just said that.
So yeah, I mean that reaches the end of our natural conversation about Adam and about everything else in between. We shall see you next time for another main episode. Before then, another recap. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So thank you guys, and we will see you on the next one.
Bye.
Hopefully. Bye.